Well, despite all those contradictions and all of the charges by Comey yesterday, he's heading to Capitol Hill to answer for himself. The FBI director is going to testify in front of the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee tomorrow. Comey, of course, is coming under harsh criticism about the agency's decision not to recommend charges against Hillary Clinton, despite all the charges that he mentioned against Hillary Clinton. Joining me now by phone is Andrew McCarthy. He's really the touchstone on this subject. National Review contributing editor, former Assistant U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York. Andy, first of all, do you agree with me that Comey laid out a very compelling case that what she did was grossly negligent, which is against the law?
Dave, I not only think that, I think it was an overwhelming case, and you know, the Jim Comey I know in the FBI he leads, I think probably at most he understated it. But if he says that that's what the evidence shows, then I'm willing to take that to the bank. Well,
but let's just focus a little bit more on this before we leave it, because the law is not vague. We can put the law up there. It's statute 18 U.S.C. U.S. Code number 793F. We put it up here. I'm not going to bother reading it. Everybody pretty much knows it is not vague. Here's the key question. He admitted yesterday, Comey said that there was extreme carelessness on the part of the way Hillary Clinton dealt with top secrets. Isn't that the same as gross negligence?
I believe it is. I think that I think I heard mine and Jim's old boss, Rudy Giuliani, talking with some of you guys yesterday, saying that, you know, look, at the end of a trial where the judge instructs the jury on the law, he would have to define the terms of the statute. And if asked what gross negligence meant, the judge would define that term as extreme carelessness. So I don't see any difference. Isn't
willful violation of the law, of the rules, in a way that puts our own national security at risk, worth an indictment?
It doesn't even have to be willful. Under the statute, it just has to be gross negligence. So, yes, absolutely, it should.
Well, what happened? I mean, you do know Jim Comey. You respect Jim Comey. What happened to Jim Comey?
I don't know what happened. All I know, I don't know what the operation of his mind is. I know that he laid out what I consider to be an overwhelming case. I really don't understand why he made a recommendation against the weight of his evidence when he didn't have to make a recommendation. And what I particularly didn't understand was the comment that no reasonable prosecutor could disagree with where he came out, because it seemed to me that a lot of us could.
Well, let's talk about the Confluence events. We don't have much time, but just you look at what happened in the past 7 days. This extraordinary meeting between Clinton and the Attorney General, between Bill Clinton and the Attorney General, which clearly was not an accident. I mean, there are 24,000 private planes that land and take off every day. This was not a chance meeting. Then you have the President and Hillary Clinton zipping off to a fundraiser before Comey has come out and said anything about whether she was going to be indicted. I mean, there seems to be too much inside information going on.
Well, there's a lot to be suspicious of. On the other hand, you know, if there's a big conspiracy and Comey's in on it, then why does he lay out a really damning factual report against Mrs. Clinton under circumstances where he didn't have to do that? He could have just passed it along to the Justice Department without going public.
Okay, bottom line, we got to wrap. But Donald Trump is saying this is a rigged game. That we're playing at a card game where people are cheating. I think what happened, and correct me if I'm wrong, but that Comey made a political, not a legal decision, but a political. He did not want the FBI playing a role in this election, which they clearly would have been done if she was indicted. Is that your belief?
I disagree with that, David, because I think that no matter what the FBI did here, it was going to be freighted with politics, which should be liberating and should say, as long as we're going to get blamed one way or the other, let's do the right thing.
I'm not saying I agree. If that's what happened, I don't agree. I agree with you. It should be based on legal, not political decisions. But I'm thinking that might be what happened. But anyway, Andrew, your opinions, as always, are valuable. Thank you so much for joining us.